choice was between constraining myself inside a hospital setup or clinics, or go out there and explore my entrepreneurship dreams. That was the choice. Trouble was to understand what entrepreneurship is all about, and especially in the fifth industrial revolution, where impact is what sustainability is. Finding out, investors there, working out with the best model that is going to work. Indian healthcare system, the rural healthcare system is so complex, it's inaccessible, it's forget affordability, there is so much ignorance that it will take another revolution of technology or another generation to uproot basic stigma associated with healthcare. So a lot of them. In spite of all the odds, what kept me going was, first of all, my parents. They believed that, okay, you're destined to do something of your own and you don't have to get restricted or unhappy seeing your peers partying while you're working, and you don't have to think about your basic sustainability because you have a house and food to eat. So yeah, that kept me going. I have been lucky tremendously, I would say. I got the right mentors. I got a very good opportunity to have been learning from the mentors who actually taught me right from a presentation, how to make a presentation, to write about a proposal, and now it's all about working out revenue models, business models, and going on ground and doing operations. So they taught me everything what a complete entrepreneur requires to go out there. I think I've been lucky that way. I have fallen more than 100 times than what I have achieved, and I think what we achieve is just the tip of the iceberg. What lies inside is the mandatory struggle that we all go through. We all fall, and sometimes we fall so badly that we think it is irreversible, yet we wake up the next morning and tell our head that, okay, it was just in your head, you need to get up and go again. To not overthink, to not stigmatize between a male and a female as a pseudo-feminist, which is going on a lot. A male has his own special position, a female has her own special position. It is very, very beautiful between the both professionally and personally. So leverage that. And third would be, you're beautiful, you don't have to be insecure about your skin at all. So yeah, these three. Since childhood, there are two. One, the kind of unsustainable technology revolution that is happening all over the world, which is investors are going on investing into technology which humans are creating, and in a way we are substituting the human intelligence to get more and more lazy, and also we are doing a lot of damage in all the sectors across to our own species. That is my first fear. Second is definitely what I'm solving. The problem that I'm solving is the rural healthcare. By 2050, India will be dwelling with humongous amount of rural India population. They are malnourished. They don't know about the real healthcare challenges which can be met at their homes itself if they are aware about the right nutrition, the right sanitation, the right hygiene, the right menstrual practices, the right early cancer detection signs. They can all be cured very easily, and it's all lifestyle diseases. Nothing is incurable. So I think that is very important for a country's growth and economy and individual economy as well. So I think these two. The most overrated is investment. People run after investors and investment, how to seek investment. They make products and services according to that, but I think you should focus on your beneficiaries, your customers, your people whom you are going to impact that product with. The moment your problem solves their problem, your solution solves their problem, investors will come and give you money because you are sustainable. So I have been a Bengali child and I love dancing, so I really want to learn cabaret. So that is one talent I want to seek. The quality that I like the most in a woman is self-confidence, willpower, and to know who she is really, because a woman by genetics is a multitasker and she can do wonders if she is focused on what she wants to do and what she wants to achieve. So if a woman knows what she wants to achieve, that's the best thing to have. One thing that I want to change about myself is that I run too much towards perfectionism, and that really spoils the peace of mind of mine, my team, my board of advisory, everybody, because I think that always doesn't help. You have to sometimes let things happen practically also. So yeah, that. I feel it every time when I'm on field, because I get to talk to so many people and know their life, and in spite of having any kind of, I was in depression for 10 years when I was 15 years old. From then till last year, I was having my psychiatric treatment and everything, and my parents have been tremendously supportive. So my work in a way was my way to come out of that depression phase. But then I realized even work is not going to give you the peace of mind you need. When you're out there on the field, you're talking to real people and they are just telling you real stories about them. That's your achievement. You don't need anything else for peace of mind. Marilyn Monroe. I really find that woman, I've read a lot about her, never got to really live the time when that legend was living, but I think she was fierce, she knew what she wanted to do, she was hardworking, she was intelligent, she was persistent, and she was there, she was out there, and she was the queen of the era. If you have good relationships by your side, you will never lose anything. Money, work, everything else is part of the ball game. We all are a process of a laminar flow. Our life will keep flowing. But if you have good relationships, you will never be left out. My lowest depths of misery have been many. When I was shifted to Delhi for my school education, my class 11 and 12, I was a topper of Meghalaya. And here when I came, I realized that I have had a huge shift in the culture. That's a matriarchal society, a Christian society where eve teasing doesn't exist. The set of problems are different there. It's a matriarchal society, so it's more of drug abuse and all those things. But here, when I was walking on road, I realized that smiling at people is abnormal. So since then, it has been 10, almost 11 years now, and the drastic change in the culture, a lot of strong people adapt to that very easily. I couldn't take it, and that's how I went into depression. There were some major stalkers. My parents took care of that matter, but it put me under a huge mental pressure at that time. That was one. Second has been when, so I have endometriosis. So when you have this disease, it's like a benign form of cancer where the tissue keeps spreading and you have very high hormonal imbalance. So stress, it releases stress. Third is definitely my work is very stressful. Dealing with investors all the time and being on your toes all the time. Even when your employees are sleeping, you can't sleep because next day you have to give their salaries. You have no holidays. So yeah, these have been my times of bit of misery, not much. My heroes in real life are a huge list. It's a huge list. My father, my sister is a special child, and she is a queen of motivation. She has had 12 rods in her leg. She is 16 years old right now. Yeah. So she had 12 rods and still she could do all her things. She went to school. She lived like a normal child. Even now her leg is not properly fine, but still, like, she has tremendous strength. So these two people, and my mom, of course. Everyone's mom is their hero. Apart from that, from our board of advisory, everyone who has supported Arogya without any expectations are our hero as a team, because they have taught us like teachers.